Special good morning to one and all. Welcome to another edition of To The Point here on Classic Radio GBN TV. I'm your host, GT. I'll be around with you until it's 10 a.m. this morning. It's a lovely morning in the Spice Isle for me, I would say that. I like it when it rains on the outdoor, comparison to the last couple of days and weeks ahead when we had the sun was out and it was all dry. And, you know, that's just my feeling for the way the outdoors is this morning. I'm feeling good for that. Oh, I wish it could remain like that for the entire day. Let me say good morning to those of you listening and viewing via social media platforms, whether it's the Facebook page, YouTube channels. Good morning. Those of you driving along on our nation's roads, good morning to you also. Suddenly nice to have you with us this morning here on today's edition of To The Point. Good morning once again. Got to have a special guest with me this morning. Haven't been with me for a wee bit, and suddenly going to introduce him this morning. No other than Mr. Terry Forrester. Good morning to you, sir, and welcome. Nice to have you back on the program, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Well, good morning, GT, and good morning to all the listeners throughout Grenada, Carriacou, PT Martinique, those are in the Diaspora. Great morning to you, although it's raining out here, but we welcome it.
All right. Suddenly we do. As I mentioned in my intro, I prefer when we have those showers on the outdoors. Not too heavy, and but keeps the place nice and cool. I prefer it like that. Well,
Absolutely.
Let me get into a meet of before we get into, of course, our main focus of our conversation this morning. Of course, the conversation has been out there in terms of the Diaspora homecoming. We're going to get into that this morning in terms of meat of our conversation. But I want to talk to you a wee bit this morning, Mr. Forrester, in relation to your role as the ambassador of Diaspora Affairs. How's that particular position has been going for you, sir? I mean, I haven't had you in the program in a wee bit to have any much discussion, but how has it been going? Talk to me about some of the benefits that have been derived from it, especially for Grenada. Talk to me in relation to that, sir.
Well, thank you very much, GT. Yes, I have been bestowed with the responsibility of Ambassador for Diaspora Affairs, and essentially it involves engaging the Grenadian citizenry throughout the world. And I've been pursuing this course for quite some time now. And even I think a lot of benefits have been derived. There's been a lot of interaction for citizenry in the diaspora, no matter where they are. Sense of comfort that they can make contact with the Office of Diaspora Affairs, which is located within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Trade and Export Development, which is led by the Honorable Joseph Handel and Permanent Secretary Roxy Hutchinson and her team. So it is a unified working team within the ministry, and we are just doing our bit with respect to engaging the diaspora, essentially to respond to the needs and inquiries or concerns of our citizens living abroad. Essentially, that's what it is. Be it challenges with customs, be it challenges with clearing stuff on the port, be it concerns about passport or whatever concerns that our citizens may have in the diaspora. They can feel free to touch base with the Office of Diaspora Affairs. And we try our best to respond in a timely manner and meet their needs. And also interacting with the diaspora is also very keen. The government of Grenada has essentially expressed very clearly that they wish for our citizens abroad to be more engaging with the nation, with Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. No longer it is just a matter of remittances coming to Grenada, but the government's policy is essentially engaging in a manner that can be beneficial both to our citizens who are living abroad and to the mainland Grenada, including Carriacou and PT Martinique. So it's a matter of re-engaging in a positive way our citizens out there. And that is a policy position of this administration. And it seems to be working very well. in the benefit of our citizens and indeed for the benefit and upliftment and development of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
All right, great. Certainly happy to hear that. And I certainly there are citizens out there, and of course, in other parts of the world who are listening and viewing this morning. I always wanted the option of how can I get in touch, not only with the various, ambassador offices and so forth in the diaspora there, but knowing that they have someone who could look at for their affairs, and able to get things done. I'm happy, certainly happy to hear that. Now let's get into the meat of our conversation this morning. Diaspora Homecoming, we've been hearing about it. We know, of course, Homecoming 2026 is a major, national initiative. Talk to me in relation to what is that? What are the primary goals of the Diaspora Homecoming? So talk to me in relation to that. If I could rephrase it and say, what is Diaspora Homecoming? If someone is listening to this right now and they say, what is Diaspora Homecoming? What is it all about?
Okay, GT. Diaspora, first of all, means the external community. Folks living in the United States, Canada, London, Europe, India, Africa, wherever it is, wherever Grenadians reside. But essentially, Diaspora Homecoming 2026 is a landmark initiative and vision of the government of Grenada. And it is simply designed to welcome Grenadian citizens abroad back to their homeland for a 2-week period from the 21st June through to the 5th of July for a period of cultural celebration, economic engagement, sharing of skills and talents, giving back and experiencing national reconnection with the homeland. As I said before, the Office of Diaspora Affairs is housed within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we are partnering with the Grenada Tourism Authority, which is led by Mr. Randall Dolan, chairman of the GTA, and he has been doing a great job with GTA and promoting Grenada's tourism. We have had a significant increase in tourist arrivals. So this initiative by the government, it marks a strategic shift from viewing the diaspora. As you know, in the past, the diaspora was considered primarily through, well, we want your remittances. And that seemed to have been the agenda. Now that agenda has changed. We no longer, or we still need your remittances, but the government's policy is to engage in a personal way, a full partnership in national development. In other words, the government is saying, we want to engage you, we want to connect with you, we want to ask that you share your skills and talents and be part of the national development process in Grenada. So essentially, that is what it means by Diaspora Homecoming. And the intention is that this initiative will be an annual event, so it will add to Grenada's economic development, because, you know, during the period of June, it's usually a sort of lull or slow period for the hotel industry and for Grenada, where arrivals are concerned. So this would help to build a stimulus of economic activity. So that's the purpose of it, and the intention is to have it as an annual event.
Okay, tell me, there is a planned schedule of events that was scheduled for this. Talk to me about what is that planned schedule of events for that event?
Yeah, well, we have a schedule of events, and it was only just yesterday fine-tuned and approved by the Cabinet of Grenada. Unfortunately, I don't have available at this point the revised approved schedule, but I can give you information which speaks to what was considered initially, which is essentially to have like a welcome at the airport, to have a tree planting exercise, that's the planting of spices, etc., and to ensure that we can have Diaspora Health and Wellness Day. We have a national cultural event, or in fact several national cultural events, government engagement forum that is with the visiting diaspora and our business community. We'd have a youth forum where we invite the youth to come and listen to experienced individuals locally and from the diaspora, and how they can benefit from the expertise and knowledge of these individuals. We'd also have a business forum platform for business leaders. There will be a tour of Project Polaris and a tour of schools, many schools under construction, and other national projects that are presently under construction. So that essentially is, the snippet of the calendar of events. But we have a website, and the website is www.homecoming.gd. And that will be posted, I would say later on today or by tomorrow on the website. So I'm inviting Grenadians locally and abroad to visit the website. It is homecoming.gd.
All right.
And essentially that's what it is.
Talk to me in relation to the strategic vision and the key objective of, the Diaspora Homecoming.
Well, the objective essentially is to reconnect for our citizens abroad, to reconnect with the homeland. Come, celebrate our shared heritage, celebrate our culture, celebrate our food and drink, reconnect with family and friends, re-explore Grenada, explore business opportunities, develop networking ties with the local business community. And we are saying that this is your 2 weeks to reconnect with your homeland. When I say we, the government of Grenada considers the diaspora as a very high valued asset. And we are inviting them to come to Grenada, maybe not all of them, whoever can make it. There are several hundred Grenadians who are planning to visit at this time. And we're saying, come and share with Grenada your skills, your talent, your expertise, your experiences over the years. Invest in whatever investment opportunities that you will see. As you go through the business forum, you'll be able to interact with various businesses in Grenada. You can even be a presenter if you wish to be a presenter at the youth forum or the business forum, and simply engage in the activities, the events that will be planned, and re-engage with the rhythm and soul of Grenada. We believe it's going to be a very exciting moment.
Why did the government think it was important to, of course, put on an event of this nature? You say it's going to be an annual one.
Yes.
Why was it important to put an event of this nature at this particular time?
Well, it is a matter of moving from rhetoric to reality. Over the many decades, the diaspora has been thought about or considered just for what they can give to Grenada, the remittances, the barrels, and so forth. So this rhetoric is shifting, and it's a matter of reconnecting with the diaspora and to say to them, come back home and invest. Come back home and imagine or reimagine the soul of Grenada. And we believe that Grenada's strength is global because of its global family of citizens. We have thousands and thousands of Grenadians abroad, maybe half our population or probably even more reside abroad. So the essence here is sending out this clarion call. And some of the objectives are cultural reconnection, economic and investment engagement, community and family strengthening, national pride, unity and to identify and to reaffirm the sense of belonging and shared purpose among Grenadians. So essentially, we are saying to Grenadians abroad, come back home, come and reimagine Grenada, look at opportunities, give back wherever you can. There will be an opportunity within the calendar of events for you to give back, whether if it's just manual labor, helping to clean a beach or a river or maybe a school or repainting. In other words, this is your opportunity to give back to the nation, be it in healthcare, be it in youth affairs or business, or just simply providing your manpower resources. So it's well, in our opinion, it's a milestone vision, and that the government has presented, and we hope that Grenadians abroad will take the opportunity to visit around this time. It's the low season, so airline fares would be much less. We also interacting with the hotel sector to present packages, reduce costs, and so forth to folks out in the diaspora.
All right. Of course, so we drew for a break. Let's take it. We come back. We continue the conversation. Stay with us, folks. It's To The Point, Classic Radio GBN TV. We'll be right back after the short break. Don't touch it down.
Looking.
Right Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate pre-Mother's Day show. It's coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
She said not even my shoes, I said no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
Going back to basics.
And the Calypso princess herself, Kareen Ashen. From the Spice Isle, 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds, plus local comedy king, Robert White, Dillian Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis. Delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar. All backed by the Heatwave Band, with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jelani Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it. Grenada, the fire's about to be lit. Get ready for the ultimate grilling showdown. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026 is coming your way. Saturday, May the 30th at the Munrouge Plain Field. The search is on for the island's top grill masters. Do you have what it takes? Bring your flavor and compete in the chicken category, the seafood category, and the bold, most creative grill category, where daring ideas take the crown. And this year, the heat isn't just for adults. Introducing the Junior Grillers category. Schools and youth groups. If you are under 18, this is your time to shine. So fire up those coals, sharpen those grilling skills, and get ready to battle for grilling glory. Registration is now open. Call or WhatsApp 405-8458 to secure your spot. Maggie, King of the Grill 2026. Saturday, May the 30th, Munrouge Plain Field. Come for food, stay for the vibes, and witness who will be crowned King of the Grill. Brought to you by Maggie, enhancing the natural flavor of your food.
When the day's done, there's only one place to be. Jump it up. April 25th and 26th, the Kirani James Athletic Stadium comes alive. It's the Classic Lighting Communal Credit Union Invitational Games, the final showdown. Come witness all clubs battle for glory one last time. Gather your posse, take your stand, and jump up for Bankers Association, Hubbards, DG-Cell, Huggins, Brenlek, Nawasa, Prisons, Police, Busmen, and Flow. This is rivalry. This is passion. This is Grenada on fire. April 25th and 26th. Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to our listeners. Welcome back to our viewers of To The Point this morning. With me once again, we have Mr. Terry Forrester with us this morning on today's edition of To The Point. Mr. Forrester, welcome back. I have a question that I want to ask. You know, if someone is thinking of who is out there in the diaspora and they're thinking to themselves right now and them saying, who is eligible to participate in this particular event?
who is eligible to participate. All Grenadians, second and third generation Grenadians, those who have not even visited Grenada in their lifetime, especially children of second and third generation Grenadians living abroad. They are excited. That's the children of Grenadians who migrated decades ago. They have children. Their children have children. And these individuals are excited to come to Grenada at this particular time scheduled by the government of Grenada to reimagine Grenada, to discover Grenada, and to enjoy the culture, the food, the cuisine, the what is going to be offered to them during that 2-week period, to engage in the business forums, to engage in the youth forums, and all the tours and so forth that will be put on in order to enlighten Grenadians as to what has been happening in Grenada over the past 3.5 years and also over the many decades. So it's an opportunity for them to really re-experience and re-engage Grenada. And for those who never landed on Grenada, it will be a magical experience for them. I know many of them have expressed when I engage them, whenever I travel, they say they would really love to physically be on the ground in Grenada and experience what their parents have told them about. So I believe it's going to be a very magical moment for especially those Grenadians, young Grenadians who have never touched the soil in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Oh. So for all these folks and folks who have left Grenada over the many years, who have not visited for a long time, or those who continue to visit, come back and look at business opportunities, see how they can establish links and so forth. And it's a matter of trying to create national development through our citizenry, both local and, of course, those residing in the diaspora. Because we know that no matter which city they live in throughout the world, their heart are with Grenada all the time. That's as Grenada, we need to be proud about that. No matter how long Grenadians travel abroad, their hearts are always with Grenada, and they want to reconnect and contribute to the nation's development.
All right. Now, tell me, are there going to be specific, investment or professional networking opportunities be available for the individuals who are coming?
Yes, of course. The Business Forum will provide that opportunity. We're working jointly with other partners who are going to present business plans, small, medium, large. So even our CBI citizens, that citizens by investment, would have an opportunity to look at reinvesting in Grenada. And our citizens would look at opportunities. We'll be engaging all the real estate brokers, the lawyers, etc., because we want to be able to offer to the Grenadian public this free space where they can obtain information, not just for investment, but information as to how to return to Grenada. That is very, very critical. So they would want to know what are the opportunities, what are the concessions they may be entitled to, and the do's and the don'ts of returning to Grenada. That is critical to make that transition very easy and simple for them. So all of this will be part of the Business Engagement Forum, so that they can have that knowledge. But in addition to that, they can obtain that information through our overseas offices, our embassies, our consulate offices, through our honorary ambassadors and consulars out there. So the information flow is much, much easier for Grenadians now living in the diaspora because of ease of information sharing.
Okay, great. I'm just receiving a question from someone. They asking, how can they stay updated? I think you did mention it a while ago. And, if individuals who maybe want to get involved some way or the other, maybe you could repeat that for them, if individuals who may want to stay updated and to get involved some way in the event coming.
Right. Well, they can simply go to the website, which is www.homecoming.gd. And just to let you know, GT, we had a press conference on the 27th of February where we officially launched Diaspora Homecoming. Prior to that, I have had the opportunity to officially launch Diaspora Homecoming in the diaspora in several cities during the early part of February. In Grenada, while we launched the Diaspora Homecoming initiative, we also launched a logo competition so that local creatives and creatives in the diaspora can contribute to a long-lasting image that will serve Diaspora Homecoming for years and years to come. We have been getting responses through the website, presentation by individuals locally and abroad. And by the middle of April this month, we will be announcing the winner of that competition. So far, one of our partners, the Grenada Cooperative Bank, has agreed to sponsor $2,500 to the winner, 2,500 EC, and we are thankful for that contribution. We have several other partners who are coming on board. We have hoteliers who are coming on board, and other business partners that will be contributing in one way or the other to the success and development of Diaspora Homecoming.
All right. I'm assuming there's always challenges that get involved in, of course, getting an event of this nature put on. I mean, I know there were goals that have been set. Have you able to accomplish those goals? What about those challenges in terms of putting this event on? How has that been thus far?
Well, an event of such a size will always have its challenges and so forth, but I am privileged and pleased to have strong support with me. For example, the chairman of the GTA, Randy Dolan. He is also the deputy chairman of the Diaspora Homecoming. And we have recently been able to now set up a secretariat that is headed by a renowned individual who is Mrs. Gail Purcell. She is well known in the sector to be someone of great capacity. We also have Ms. Jackie Alexis, who has been the chairperson of the National Celebrations Committee for many years. We have business executive Sarah Banfield, that's just in the secretariat. But in addition to which, Cabinet has appointed a full team of individuals, many of whom are permanent secretaries and other public servants, coupled with individuals from the private sector and quasi-government organizations, including groups and so forth, to be part of this entity because it's a major undertaking. We also have support coming from our high commissions abroad, our embassies, our consulates, and so forth. And there are several organizations in the diaspora, Grenadian organizations. They are being interacted with by our various embassies and other organizations, other Grenadian representation abroad, like our consulates, our embassies, high commissions, etc. So it's a major undertaking, but I am, happy that we have the support and cooperation of all of these groupings of people coming together for one specific purpose, which is re-engaging the diaspora. We don't know, in fact, I don't know if this is prophetic, but the call today is somewhat aligning with what is happening in the world today. We listen to the news, we watch clips and so forth, and it is becoming scary. So I don't know if this is a prophetic call or vision given by the Prime Minister and his cabinet, but this event is scheduled for a time when Grenadians feel the urge and the need to return home, to relax, to engage family and friends, and to just enjoy the culture, the heritage. And let us assist in this process. We are all working together in harmony to ensure that this turns out to be a great success for Grenada and Grenadians locally and abroad.
There's always those concerns that individual would raise, travel costs, the timing, the accessibility, and so forth. Let's reference in timing. There are sometimes you hear members of Grenadians out in the diaspora talking about in relation to, the dates per se, June, July. Sometimes it's not always aligned to their, the school holidays or their schedules. Talk to me in relation to that. Do you feel the timing is the best timing the planning period per se?
Well, I understand the concern because it's right on the heels of Carnival. But when you consider the fact that June is a vacation period for students, mainly worldwide, and Carnival is already, July, August is already a sold-out period for Grenada, then in order to provide an opportunity for Grenadians to have this experience, the best time, therefore, is June, where they will get a little snippet of the Carnival, and they'll be able to get lower fares, lower hotel rates, come and experience Grenada around this time. In addition to which is the low season for Grenada, is the low season for airlines. So we are trying to develop essentially another sector, another growth pattern of tourism arrivals. So in that context, it may be a little bit challenging now because this is the first time this is taking place. But as the years go by, people will be able to set their schedules and so forth and realize either they come for a longer period or they come on 2 occasions. In addition to which, with the expertise of the chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, he is continuing to engage airlines with the hope that later, as the years roll on, we can then charter aircrafts from be it London, Toronto, New York, Miami, etc., to come home for Diaspora homecoming. And doing a charter will give you cheaper fares, and then we can maximize on the return legs for Grenadians who wish to go back and enjoy the North American shores and simply just buy a one-way back to Grenada. Because once the flight comes, it has to return. So if we can maximize that leg, the return leg, at a very cheap rate for Grenadians who want to go to London, who want to go to North America. All they have to do is to be concerned about buying a one-way from wherever they go back to Grenada. So that is the long-term plan in trying to provide as cheap as possible air transportation, and we're working jointly with the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association to ensure that we have reasonable hotel rates for Grenadians and friends of Grenada who wish to visit during this time.
The question has also been raised about, whether the initiative will be accessible to all diaspora members. When I say that, regardless of their political or personal connections. Reference that to me, sir.
Absolutely. Diaspora Homecoming has absolutely no political color attached to it. This is a national initiative, which is the vision of the government of Grenada, simply saying to Grenadians of all walks, there is no color differences here or political affiliations. This is a national call to all citizens of Grenada living in the diaspora. If you have the opportunity to visit around this time, we are saying just simply visit if you can, reconnect with Grenada, find business opportunities, enjoy the heritage, the culture, the cuisine, etc., and bring your kids who have never visited Grenada in their life to experience the soul of Grenada and reconnect. Essentially, that is the message. It has nothing to do with politics, who you support, who you don't support. That's totally irrelevant. Come together as Grenadians, come back home during this period and enjoy, reconnect, and take advantage of opportunities that you see in the business forum and other forums that we'll be offering.
Okay, great. We due for a break. Let's take another second break in this segment, folks. We come back with much more for you. In this segment coming up also, if you are listeners and viewers, you do want to chime in some way or the other in terms of a question in relation to the Diaspora homecoming. You may have some concerns in relation to it, or you just want to ask an open question to, of course, the particular event. Feel free to do so in the next segment. We'll be right back. Don't touch it out. Stay with us. It's To The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. We're coming right back. In Grenada.
Before the digital age, before the world moved at the speed of a click, there was a signal connecting a nation. In 1986, a journey in broadcasting began in Grenada, a journey that would grow into a trusted voice across the country. For 40 years, through radio and television, we've been there for the stories that shaped our nation, the news that mattered, the voices that informed us, the moments that brought us together. Your stories, your voices, your moments. The Grenada Broadcasting Network, 40 years strong, one nation, one network.
Choice Promotion presents Lyrics and Laughter, the ultimate pre-Mother's Day show. It's coming to the Grenada Trade Center on Sunday, May the 3rd from 5 p.m. Get ready for an evening of non-stop comedy, sweet Caribbean vibes, and pure entertainment. From Trinidad and Tobago, the funniest man in the region, Errol Fabian.
She said not even my shoes, I said no.
Humorous Calypsonians, Trinidad Rio.
Going back to basics.
And the Calypso Princess herself, Kareen Ashe from the Spice Isle. 2 decades of legend, Randy Isaac, Little Reds, plus local comedy king, Robert White, Dillian Walters, Fat Man George, and Kareem Alexis, delivering lyrical mastery, 11-time Calypso Monarch scholar, all backed by the Heatwave Band, with special musical treats from Lyndon Langdon on sax and Jelani Moses on violin. It's lyrics, it's laughter, it's music, it's vibes. Tickets just $75. Available now at gotofed.com and other outlets island-wide. Treat mom, treat your partner, treat yourself. Lyrics and laughter. Sunday, May the 3rd, 5 p.m. Grenada Trade Center. Don't miss it.
Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Benin. Coming up, Jamaica, here we come. These women of vision are on a mission. Ride the waves and savor the flavor, otherwise known as spending quality time in Antigua and Barbuda. Fun times, plus the food that sets St. Kitts and Nevis apart, all available under one roof. Cue the entertainment and the food. It's Chinese Spring Festival time. It's all next on this station.
Welcome back to our listeners. Welcome back to our viewers. As mentioned before the break, if you want to chime in on the conversation this morning, feel free to do so. 435-2041, both the WhatsApp and the direct line. Feel free to do so. Of course, Terry, welcome back. Welcome back once again on the program this morning. You know, as chairman of the Diaspora Homecoming and the ambassador of Diaspora Affairs, how do you feel about the responsibility bestowed upon you in this particular event that is coming up? I know it's the initial one that is coming up starting in June and, of course, in years to come. How do you feel in relation to that, sir?
Well, thank you very much, GT. As far as I'm concerned, I stand here, not just as chairman of the Diaspora Homecoming Committee, but as a Grenadian who understands that our nation is bigger than our geography. Our nation includes our citizens all over the world, the USA, Canada, the Middle East, Africa, India, the Caribbean, and we have a large number of Grenadians in Trinidad and Tobago. And our people are living in cities all over the world. But what I find very interesting is that no matter where our citizens live, their hearts are always with Grenada. So I am honored, humbled, and privileged to head this initiative. And my committee's mandate is very simple, is to create an experience worthy of the sacrifices and successes of our citizens living abroad. We are tasked with building a strong bridge between the mainland and our citizens out in the diaspora. So I am honored, but I can't do it alone. And therefore, I am privileged to have the support and assistance of, because we're working in partnership with the Grenada Tourism Authority, which is headed by Chairman Randy Dolan, and have the expertise of Mrs. Gail Purcell. She is an experienced project manager. And of course, Ms. Jackie Alexis, who has been leading National Celebrations Committee for many years. We have the assistance of Sarah Banfield, who is a well-known business executive. And of course, several persons within the public service, permanent secretaries and others, plus individuals from the private sector and quasi-government organizations like the GIDC, IMA, et cetera, et cetera. The Chamber of Commerce is also playing a vital role there. So there's a large team of persons coming together, not just in Grenada, also in the diaspora, our embassies, our High Commission, Consul Generate offices, and so forth, all coming together to assist and participate in this national event for the continued development of Grenada.
Okay.
And I would want to just add at this time, because I know whenever Prime Minister travels, there's always a concern expressed by second and third generation Grenadians that based on the present laws governing our immigration status, those Grenadians born from second and third generation Grenadians abroad, they're not entitled to citizenship. This government is looking at changing this status so they can give Grenadians that opportunity to become citizens. We know that this will be a major plus for Grenadians who have been yearning for this opportunity. And let us see how this progresses. Our work is continuing on this, and let's see how soon this can be unfolded.
Okay, great. We do have, of course, a couple of callers already on hold. Let's get their feedback in terms of questions or just concerns they may like to raise. We do have our first caller. Let's take this one. Caller, you're live. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah. No, Mr. Terry Forrester, he's not giving us the right information. What Mr. Forrester is doing, he has something hiding and he don't want to tell the people of Grenada. This is an election campaign. Baby Jesus will be calling election this year in July. And the 2nd, the 9th, or the 16th. And if they're doing down the diaspora people know to vote so that they could get them back in office. You understand? But he's not telling us the truth.
All right, caller. All right. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. It's a little bit more than I was anticipating. You want to respond in any way, Mr. Forrester?
Of course. I want to thank the caller for his contribution, but just to let him know that he seems to know something that no one else knows. And this is just simply a national call to our citizens all over the world. And this call has never been made before. Simply saying to Grenadians of all walks, this has no political color attached to it and no political agenda. come on home, help with the rebuilding process and advancement of your homeland. While you're here, enjoy the culture, the cuisine, the food and drink, participate in the events, participate in the business forum, in the youth forum, and simply that is the agenda. If he has other information, well, I don't know where he has gotten it from, but I don't have such information at all.
All right. We do have another caller. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. You're live. Welcome.
Hey, good morning. I'm Jit.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Doing all right.
One of the questions that I wanted to ask, I think Terry was addressing it because, my daughter, because I want to get my daughter the Grenada passport, but she have a son, which is my grandson, and I want to know that if he will be eligible to also to get a Grenadian passport. So then we're also interested towards the diaspora homecoming because I have a friend and her aunt is retired. She works in the medical field. And then she wanted to know how could she contribute back to Grenada, giving back. So if she didn't get to attend the session you guys are having, but then I want to know how she could get in contact with you, Terry, because I know you're in charge of the diaspora, basically. And another thing I would like you to highlight, I know next month, I think the Prime Minister will be up here. They're having something in Brooklyn. Could you highlight more on that for us in the diaspora? Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, first and foremost, the workings of that committee, which has been appointed by the Cabinet of Grenada, is looking at the Immigration Act and how the amendments and so forth will go in order to provide this opportunity for second and third, maybe third generation Grenadians to obtain their citizenship. Secondly, yes, the Prime Minister will be visiting the United States. I think it's on the 17th. There's a major event out there. Promotions and so forth are continuing with respect to that event. And he will be addressing that forum up there. So I trust that you're attending so that you can participate in that session. And certainly he will be sharing information on Grenada's continued national development goals.
All right. 435-2041, 435-2041 if you want to, of course, ask a question or make a contribution towards to this program. Terry, anything that we may have missed that you want to highlight, of course, as we move along in this segment?
Well, it's essentially just to reiterate the fact that the homecoming aligns with the government of Grenada national development goals, and the value essentially is to ensure that Grenadians, our citizens living abroad, can reconnect with Grenada. Our citizens are global, so notwithstanding the fact that Grenada is only 133 square miles, but we feel because of our global family living abroad, that Grenada is basically sitting on the worldwide stage, because no matter where you go, any part of the world, you will find a Grenadian. And no matter how long they've been living abroad, their hearts are always connected to Grenada. So the diaspora is integral to national identity, prosperity, and national development. So the call is very simple. To say to our citizens abroad, come home, share your knowledge, share your skills, share your talent, share your resources, invest in opportunities that you may see, and enjoy the 2-week period in Grenada from June 21 to July 5th.
Okay.
So that's the call. It has nothing to do with politics. It's a very simple call. Grenadians have felt over the years, those living in the diaspora, that all they're called upon is for financial assistance and to send a barrel here, send a barrel there, or provide assistance to the hospitals and the schools, etc. The government of Grenada is saying, yes, these things are good, but we want to reconnect personally with you on a one-on-one basis and to help us to reimagine Grenada's growth and development together.
We do have another caller via WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to your listeners. On the question of the diaspora, it seems as though we're just recycling. However, I don't think it is absolutely necessary in the era of technology for citizens of Grenada or nationals of Grenada who may not be citizens because they might be British or American citizens. I don't think it is necessary for them all to come back home to be able to contribute and invest in Grenada. Why aren't the consulate and the embassy and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the diaspora desk utilizing technology? You have Zoom, for example, where people can meet, discuss. But on the question of investment, the government sells treasury bills and bonds, but it's not advertised as a link or as an investment opportunity for nationals, whether they be in Trinidad, whether they be in the USA or Canada. And I don't think that should take 10 years or 15 years or even 2 years to establish, because there are people who are capable of setting up a system. If they are not capable in Grenada, there are many nationals who are technology savvy throughout the world that you can utilize. On the question of persons who retired and willing to contribute, there is no system set up. This diaspora has been going on since 2008. And it seems as though probably the people don't know what they're doing. There are diasporas in Israel. There are diasporas in India that has been contributing to the development of those countries for years. All we have to do is to read a little bit more, expose ourselves, ask for help. If we don't know where the help is, I mean, the United Nations can help us. IMO can help us, you know? So I don't understand why people have to come to Grenada for a conference. At least we should have learned something from COVID, where people can stay in their home and contribute. On another point, on the question of Project Polaris, I think the government of Grenada needs to do that very quickly, because we have a situation in Grenada today where there are some people who are saying, well, too much money, let's wait probably to build the hospital. The point I want to make here is this, that if we have an accident of 2 cars with 8 people, we have a serious problem in Grenada, much less a minibus, much less an aircraft that brings in tourists. I don't want to disclose here how many emergency, how many critical care beds that we have in Grenada. But we need to have that hospital quickly, because it is in the interest of every Grenadian for the health and well-being, just in case there is a serious accident. So, Mr. Forrester, utilize technology so that people can be reached, even if they can't travel to Grenada. They might be 75 years old, but they have something to contribute. They have ideas. Give them the opportunity. I don't see it being done with a homecoming. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you very much for your contribution also. In response to the caller, Mr. Forrester?
Caller, thank you for your contribution, and thank you for your very positive commentary with respect to Project Polaris. It is indeed a milestone accomplishment on the part of the government of Grenada, and congratulations and kudos to them for having this vision and initiative. Now, with respect to your earlier point about the use of technology, it is obvious that you have not been part of these sessions over the last several weeks and months. Our distinguished ambassador based in Washington, His Excellency Charlie Francis, has been conducting several of these Zoom sessions with Grenadians throughout the diaspora. Anyone could link in on the Zoom sessions. I had 2 such sessions over the past 4 weeks, and we continue to engage Grenadians via Zoom. So thank you for bringing this up, and thank you for the opportunity for me to remind Grenadians that every 2 weeks, our ambassador in Washington would invite Grenadians throughout the diaspora to engage in contact with Grenada, be it myself or be it other officials. You have had government officials, ministers of government, linking on a Zoom in the UK, Canada, the United States. So we do utilize the technologies. And if you have not been on, I would recommend that you stay tuned to what is happening within our various offices abroad and stay in touch with them so you can know what is happening. You have technology, so please use it. It will help for you to be better informed. So thank you very much indeed. And let's try and work together towards the national goal, national development.
There's a question from someone on the WhatsApp, Terry, and it's. I'm not sure in your capacity if you'll be able to respond, or maybe if you could just hear. Let me just read the question. Someone is asking, regarding with citizenship of Grenadians, would the Constitution be changed to allow generations to be Grenadians, considering that the Constitution only gives the right to children and not grandchildren of Grenadian born? I mean, I know it's within your capacity, you may not be able to give much details on that for now. But if you could...
Well, not only that, we have to wait until the revision has been approved by the Cabinet of Grenada. So I'm not in a position to say, well, who is going to be entitled to obtaining Grenadian citizenship. But what I do know is that once you can indicate that you are connected bloodline to a Grenadian, then consideration will be given. As to what generation it will go down to, it's a matter for the committee to make its recommendations and for Cabinet to decide how the process flows. But we must give compliments to the government of Grenada for wanting to bring in alignment this long, outstanding, vexing issue of Grenadians born to Grenadians living abroad and not able to be considered a citizen of Grenada. That has been vexing for Grenadians living abroad for decades. So we must give congratulations to the vision by Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell and his cabinet for at least broaching this matter and bringing some sort of conclusion to it in the very near future. So this is a work in progress.
So we get to the stage of the moment we're going to have to take a wrap for today's program. I give you the opportunity to any closing remarks you want to make before we take a wrap for today.
Well, thank you again, GT, and thank you to all your listeners and all those who contributed by way of comments, positive and negative. And just to say to Grenadians, get ready, get ready, get ready. To the business community, get ready, because we expect hundreds of Grenadians visiting at this time. We can't expect all Grenadians to visit at this time, but several hundred Grenadians have expressed interest, including CBI Grenadians who are living in Dubai and other countries in the Middle East, etc. They are considering visiting at this time. So I'm saying to our business community, get ready, be prepared, because there will be a flood. And I want to thank the working committees, both locally and abroad, who are working in tandem towards ensuring that we have a successful event come the 21st of June, right through to the 5th of July. It's a 2-week activity, and just want to reiterate a message to our citizens living abroad. Try and state on the website what your interests may be, whether if you want to present something that you have done out there, a product that you have developed, or some business initiative that you wish to share with Grenada. You can bring your products and so forth in. You would need to inform us on the website details of the products that you are bringing in so it can access the appropriate concessions for displaying your goods, displaying your services, etc. And it's a time to reconnect at the same time, not just coming to visit for business opportunity only, but you will have an opportunity, of course, to participate in the various events that will be created for you. 2 weeks re-engagement with Grenada. to ensure that there is this opportunity for you to experience what is planned for your arrival. So thank you very much, GT, and thank you to all the listeners locally and abroad, and for those who have participated today.
Mr. Forrester, I want to thank you once again, sir, for appearing on the program this morning. It's always a pleasure to have you. Best wishes for the rest of the day. And, of course, all the best in terms of when the Diaspora Homecoming event kicks off. We wish all the success for it. All the best, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hey, folks, that's what we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank everyone who contributed toward today's edition. Thank you so much. Have a good one, folks. That's where I say goodbye.